Special thanks to Dian Cheng and MS Cube for sponsoring the Fall Open 2022. The SpeedCubeShop Fall Open is by far the most professional event I've hosted to date. It really blew people away. We hosted our first Fall Open in August of 2019, and despite it being super casual, compared to the Fall Open that is, we received nothing but great feedback and everyone kept asking when our next event would be. After having to cancel our Spring Open 2020 less than a week before the event and incurring substantial losses, I was super apprehensive about hosting another event. By August of 2022, I felt like the coast was clear and started to plan the Fall Open. As planning progressed, I noticed how much more thorough the planning process was and how I had grown as a manager since our first event was hosted in 2019. The Fall Open had a ton of activities, including a head-to-head competition with 250 competitors, by the way, meet and greets with Team SES, group activities with Team SES, mini games, raffles, food trucks, shopping, tours of our facility, and even a drifting Rubik's Cube mosaic stunt. Yes, you heard that correctly. To say that I was excited would be the understatement of the year, and before I knew it, it was the week of the event, and all of our friends started to show up, including Captain Cuber, we had Soup Timmy, SpeedCube Review, Ari, Crimson, and of course my man J-Perm, along with many other close friends and family. 3 days before the event, I started to notice that there were some wind gusts in the previously perfect weather forecast for the event date. Considering the event was mostly outdoors, I was growing pretty concerned about chance of wind ruining this event that I had spent so much time and money on. It was too late to cancel the event, so we just continued making the finishing touches, and before we knew it, the first problem happened. Our tent, chair, and table rentals just did not show up. After frantically calling the rental company, we were assured that they would be there and were just a couple of hours behind. Well, a couple of hours ended up being almost 9 hours, and I somehow found myself helping unload and set up the rentals at 10:30 the night before the big day. About 40 minutes into the setup, we realized that the rental company had forgotten to bring 4 of the canopies that I rented, which were critical to the event activities and the comfort of our guests, to say the least. Fortunately, I was able to send Carlos and Justin on a mission to find some canopies, and Walmart came through for us, so big thumbs up to you, Walmart. Fast forward to 2:30 a.m., I'm finally laying down to catch some sleep before I had to wake up at 6:30 to head over to the office to make sure that everything was in place. The morning was very calm, and I was honestly optimistic we would get lucky and the wind would hold off just long enough for us to get through the event. The event was scheduled to have the gates open at 9 a.m., so I was surprised to see that some attendees actually were arriving almost 2 hours early. So after a cup of coffee and some final touches, my friends, family, and Team SES members started to show up. When the gates opened, I could not believe how many people were already lined up. We lost count at 643 people, just to give you an idea. The day was off to a great start, and then it happened. The first gust of wind. Fortunately, by this point, I'd already put a contingency plan in place so that we could move the competition indoors, since there was a lot of prize money on the line and our competitors had paid to be there. By the afternoon, our competitors were getting hit with random 30-mile-per-hour wind gusts, so we began moving our guests indoors and setting up the competition as quickly as humanly possible. I have to say really quickly that everyone who came out was incredibly understanding, which is more appreciated than they might realize. If any of you are actually watching this video, thank you again. You are absolutely amazing. After moving the competition indoors, we were moving at a good pace, so those who did not move to the next round just started to kind of pack up and leave, which helped us clear out some space in the facility, so things were looking good. It is a good thing that I was convinced by some people to hire security to monitor the inventory indoors, because unfortunately we caught 3 different people trying to cut open the inventory and load up their bags with our stuff, which was very disappointing to hear, to say the least. Luckily, as the venue continued to clear out, we were able to keep better tabs on our guests, and everyone who ended up staying had an awesome time, all things considered. Awarding over $2,000 worth of cash prizes to the very unsuspecting winners was super fun, and our team got to celebrate with some delicious tacos after the event. All in all, a lot was learned from this event, and while we cannot control Mother Nature, we do have some ideas to make our next event even better, and really hope that you can join us to see for yourself.